Okay, so I finished season 1 after rewatching it. I didn't do a review the first time I watched it. So, here it is now. Here's my probably three actually, biggest problems. Um, Penguin gets the club, the bar. So, his mom starts singing up there. And, well, a guy says, you old bag, boo, get off the stage. And then after that, Penguin limps over there, hobbles like he usually does, and you see blood splatter. Are you telling me that his mom seriously didn't see that shit? If they wanted to kill that guy so bad, Penguin should have asked for that guy to go outside with him or something. But that's literally right in front of his mom. So, I think it's 2 episodes later, they try and pretend like his mom didn't see that. And she gets surprised when Maroney is like, oh, hey, your son's a murderer. And then she questions Penguin later. And it's actually kind of a bit of a callback, like with Fish's spy that she had, that one girl. When Penguin confronts her, like, hey, I know you're spying, so if I tell Falcone, he'll be like, is she though? If I tell him that you might be spying, he just has that thought in his head. This is the same thing happened with Penguin's mom when Maroney said, hey, Penguin kills people. And another thing, they seriously set up Maroney for a fucking 11 episodes. This big ass crime boss. And they just go, you know what? We're gonna let Miss Mooney, Fish, pull out her gun, have it in her hand for 2 seconds. Maroney's men not shoot. Maroney see the gun and not even at least try and get something out of his pocket. And then get shot in the head. A bunch of people be surprised and just stand there. And Fish not get killed. And they just set up so many people oh hey, Penguin's gonna kill him. Oh wait, no he's not. And yeah, they had an excuse for why Penguin didn't actually kill him. But they definitely were setting it up. Because they're like, oh hey, this is Maroney's favorite drink. To Jim. He said it to Jim. So it just seemed like it was gonna have Penguin force Jim to kill Maroney. I think it's season 2 where Jim kills Ezreal Theo Gallivan. I'm about to rewatch season 2. I haven't started it yet. And okay, now the villains. Electrocutioner was cool and had only 2 episodes. Never showed up again. That's what they do. If they don't kill them off, they usually don't bring them back anyway. Electrocutioner goes to jail in season 1 and doesn't show up for 4 whole seasons. 4 whole seasons he doesn't show up. Like Flamingo, he's one of my favorite villains. Pretty sure he shows up in season 2. And he's just like, nope. Never seen him again. He actually was able to almost make Jim Gordon snap. Jim put a gun in his mouth. And he killed one of Jim's friends. Oh, another thing. This was my second problem. Jim is so bipolar. In some episodes, he's like, oh, even the worst of the assholes, I'll save them. And then in the very last episode of season 1, he's just like, oh, you're a bad guy. I don't care if you die. Seriously, it's with Butch and fucking Penguin in the last episode. He's like, I don't give a fuck if you die. And they have to convince him to save them. Like, seriously, man. And, like, when we first get introduced to Victor's ass, Jim just lets a cop die. Are they forgetting that? I mean, he might not have known the cop was out there. But I'm pretty sure he heard someone scream, hey. Could have been a civilian, could have been a cop, but yeah, he just lets a cop die, basically. And it was kind of messed up. And another thing, Gabe, I don't remember when he betrays Penguin, but it kind of pisses me off that they actually kind of set up Gabe as like this awesome dude, a bit dumb, but he's loyal to Penguin. And then later they're just like, well, Butch is his best friend now. Just out of nowhere. Gabe is his right-hand man and is almost always around Penguin. And then it's just like, well, Butch. He's his right-hand man. And in the final episode, they just keep saying, oh, Penguin messed with Butch's mind. Penguin messed with Butch's mind. Could he not just say, no, Victor did it, actually? And why did she think Penguin in the first place? Is Fish really that stupid? She's shown she's really smart in a lot of episodes. Like, seriously. The last person that was anywhere near Butch was Victor and two random no-name thugs. And she's like, well, obviously Penguin did something to him. Sure, Penguin could have did something, but Victor was the last one. Why isn't she blaming Victor? Hey, and Tommy. We got introduced to him in one episode. Then they killed him off in the second one with Jim doing a goddamn headshot on him. That scene was a bit ridiculous, though. One dude was just standing there watch Jim kick ass. And I actually liked Maroney a bit more than Falcone, even though he was a hothead. So it's kind of sad to see him die. I did like that they introduced fucking Tommy, you know, Hush. And then they had Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask is dad in one of the episodes. They had Scarecrow's dad too, but they also have Scarecrow. And we get Harvey Dent too, which was pretty cool. Though he doesn't act too much like Harvey Dent in my opinion. I really like Falcone's speech in the final episode, but it's a bit stupid. He's like, he's honest and he carries a knife. Well, if you carry a knife, you're a liar. I mean, that's like, what? I mean, I get what he was trying to say. It just didn't feel right in the ending. Gotham is my favorite show, but it has flaws, just like anything. Penguin is very comic accurate in this, and I did really like how they set up his mom. Though it's a bit creepy a little bit. Like, yeah, he can love his mom and all, but he's a grown-ass man and he's in a bathtub in front of his mother in one of the episodes, which is just weird. Jerome was pretty cool for the one episode he was in season 1. But I actually prefer Jeremiah, though I don't really like either of the characters that much. I think they're a bit overrated. People just like them because he's kind of like Joker. He's pretty cool. He's a great actor, but he's just not my cup of tea. I like Penguin better, and Flamingo. Reggie showed up and got murdered. Oh yeah, Alfred slapped Selena in one episode, not in season 1. I don't remember why he slapped her. If he slapped her, it better have been for his friend Reggie. I know he slapped her. It's just such an iconic moment. I burst out laughing when it happened. One of the stupid things that happened in season 1 though was Harvey has like never worn glasses in an episode, and then like halfway through season 1 he puts on glasses. Jim takes them just so they can make a glasses joke. It was in the Red Hood episode, which just seemed weird to me. We should have seen him with at least a different episode with glasses on. Oh, and another thing, Alvarez is the only other cop that they actually do anything with. Like, Jim, Harvey, and Alvarez are the only cops we actually see a decent amount of that doesn't get killed off or turned into a villain. So, in one episode, Jim convinces Commissioner Loeb to give him Harvey's file, but doesn't say anything about Alvarez, even though he's sort of a friend. So it doesn't make much sense to me. What else? I don't really have much to say. Dollmaker, I was a bit too hard on him. I don't know. I made fun of him a bit in a video. I don't remember which video, but I just talked about how bad he was in it. But I rewatched it, and he was actually pretty intimidating and cool. He still wasn't that good, but I was too hard on him. He wasn't Heath Ledger Joker bad. He just wasn't really the best actor to pick and wasn't the best villain. Like, almost every villain they have, or just a side character, is always so cool. Like that one dude that works for the doll maker, he was pretty cool. They just know how to make people so cool, and Dollmaker just didn't seem as cool. But I forgot about the scene where he just gets the shit beaten out of him by all the people he's tortured. It was cool. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. It's a pretty good show. I bet you guys can't wait until I tear into season 5, because it was my least favorite season, though it did have a lot of good moments. Like when Bane tries to give one of his thugs an order, and then Penguin just shoots the guy in the ear, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think he can hear you," with a bullet in his ear. So yeah, Penguin's definitely my favorite character, but he's like most of people's favorite characters. He's like almost everyone's favorite character, so it's not like I'm in the minority like I usually am. It's just Penguin resembles his comic book counterpart. Besides like being a gay thing. He's not gay in the comics, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, it's in quite a few episodes, but it doesn't happen until later seasons. And the people who complain about it, you were watching the show. The show is an hour long. Each episode is an hour long. And you watched season 1 and season 2 until they did the whole gay circle thing. And then you complain. Yeah, they definitely hinted at it in season 1. It might have been an accident, but it seemed like they hinted at it to me. Because his mom says something about running off with a girl, and then Penguin rolls his eyes and talks about how he wouldn't run off with a girl. So it just seems like they kind of hinted at that he was gay. But he still acted a lot like Penguin, and the whole gay thing didn't just fuck it up. He didn't act feminine as soon as he became gay. It didn't really change his character. He was still the badass Cobblepot. Oswald Cobblepot. And a lot of people don't portray him that way. Arkham City. Yes, Penguin is probably not the strongest dude, and he's not the tallest dude. He's a short motherfucker. But he's been able to manipulate people, and he doesn't take people's shit. There's one comic where he kills a guy for maybe laughing at him. So yeah, there's a lot of other fucked up stuff he's did though. Like even in Gotham, he's done some pretty fucked up things. Like when he feeds his stepmom her own children, like Cartman does in South Park. He feeds that one kid his dad. So yeah, Penguin's just pretty messed up, and they really portrayed him pretty well. Arkham City does make Penguin actually... He's a lot like Penguin, just make him just seem weak and scared all the time. Penguin is scared every now and then. Gotham does that well. But they tried to say that Penguin is scared of Catwoman. Penguin is scared of Two-Face. Like they just said, oh, Penguin's scared of everybody. Which just seemed a bit ridiculous. And this show, he's like scared of Falcone and Maroni. People that actually could do something to him. Who have a bunch of power. So, it makes sense. So this is a really good show though. And that's probably all I have to say about Season 1.